So this is the other Durin, huh? If this had been the dragon that ended up being revived in Mondstadt, there's no telling what kind. So, if you think about it like that, no, I'm just a little envious, that's all.
Actually, most of the credit belongs.
Then again, barely anyone even remembers you at this point.
Ah, so you three still remember Durin. Looks like the memory loss hasn't spread to close friends. I guess that means my memory of you must still be complete as well.
Albedo.
You're finally here! Oh, boy.
Oh, you're here too?
I think I've pieced together some of what happened to him. But what's your take on things?
Master Jean filled me in on what happened, and I've got a few theories. Well, physically, he's doing fine. His body is holding the abyssal power at bay.
So, from an alchemy point of view, there's...
The issue isn't so much that the abyssal power within him has gotten out of control. It's that the connection between... If he ends up losing his conscious will, his body will fall back on its biological instincts. This book mentioned a witches' gathering. It seems like quite a few of these witches got themselves involved in Durin's case. Bringing fairy tale Durin into this world to replace the Durin on Dragonspine means using one Durin's fate. But the power of alchemy alone would not be enough to pull off such a feat. It would have required the combined use of Miss Barbeloff's astrology. After learning of Miss Barbeloff's prophecy, Durin and I finally came up with a way to settle the Dragonspine Durin problem for good. And I took care of the alchemy side of things. Which, looking back on it, seems to have been a part of their plan all along. So now, there's only one thing missing. As for the fate theory our friend in the hat just mentioned, I still can't figure out how any kind of magic could possibly influence the fate of Tevat. But I'm certain that the answer lies within this book.
So, the reason Alice had us complete this book was to make that magic possible?
A form of magic powerful enough to...
Well, we've no time to lose. I just need to take a look at the book. The next part of the story most likely relates to me. So the memory that unlocks it must be connected to me too.
Huh?
The giant tree was home to a broken branch, the shape of its splintered arm aligning perfectly with the... Join yourself to that broken bough, for there you may take root at last, and henceforth bask in... But first, fetch the stickiest clay, and let it bind the scar of the...
I see.
Guided by the breeze, the little dragon arrived at an alchemist's workshop. There he was greeted by a clay figure, a child molded by the sage witch's hands. Though gentle in appearance, he had inherited his mother's cold, sharp wisdom. And he was determined to avert the calamity the evil dragon would bring. And so was his helper, none other than the little dragon himself.
this place?
It looks like it's modeled after an alchemist's workshop. Or rather, a cliched
Albedo?
Hold on. Why do I look like this?
Oh, yeah! We forgot to tell you. Basically, the characters in the story are reflections of how Durin sees them.
At least you're still human-shaped?
Well, since Cat Guy has taken on a different appearance too, that must mean the two of us are... But you, Paimon, and Durin haven't changed at all.
I'd like to know more about that too. But seeing as none of them can explain it, let's...
And just like that, the group stumbled upon a hidden passageway.
Come on! What are we waiting for? Next chapter, here we come! Ouch!
But this was a chapter that had not yet been written. Ahead of them was a storyless void, and
What? Then what's the point of having a path here? Sounds like a pretty bad habit for a writer.
Over here. I found something.
what the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself. Though the creature had perished long ago, its heart and the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil dragon would return one day, yet guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another fate. If only the alchemist could bestow, only then would the evil dragon's heart grow still.
Sounds like this chapter's about Albedo bringing me to life?
If that really was the solution, though, this would have been over the minute I finished.
There has to be some other reason.
Yeah, I'd like to explore the area a bit more.
Unless the little dragon kept moving, eventually he would be forgotten. The evil dragon's heart continued to beat.
Looks like we have no choice but to get this done. Whatever happens next, Durin is going to need all of our...
The little dragon and his companions.
Huh? What's going on?
Once the ink runs out.
I had a feeling this would happen.
What's happening to the others?
Now that the story's ink was spent, all that lay ahead.
Hello, children. If you're hearing this recording, it's because you've reached a certain ending. You may have noticed that little Durin's experiences have been written into the pages of this book. Well, you should know that in the same way, its ending will also be written onto him. So be careful, because triggering a bad ending could be somewhat problematic. Let me guess. You're upset that I didn't warn you earlier? Don't worry, though. I've thought it all through. I built a very special feature into this book, just for you, the witnesses of this tale. So, go ahead. See if you can turn back the pages. If you're not happy with the ending you've reached, just flip back a few pages and let the tale unfold once more. Pretty incredible, huh? That's the power of magic.
Do you think we could just destroy it? Be it the calamity headed for Mondstadt or my inability to leave behind a story of my own, doesn't it all come down to the fact, what if, here in this story, we could finally destroy.
Could Aunt Alice's...
Either way, it's an intriguing idea.
Durin!
It's just. I'm still afraid someday even you guys will end up, but I'm not sure if I can destroy it on my own. So please, everyone, help me destroy this heart once and for all.
With the help of his friends, the little dragon destroyed the evil dragon's heart, using up every life. In his eyes, this would ensure that his story and... But the evil dragon's heart was like a great tree with roots digging deep beneath the surface. The gnarled roots retreated back into the frozen earth, biding their time for a chance to bud again. Caught up, the little dragon's story faded into nothingness.
Who am I?
Is this me?
And so the story ended, with the little dragon fading.
Oh no! What do we do now?
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
But didn't we already try all the options? Ugh. We'll just have to see if there's something we missed.
There you are.
Oh,
Hey! It's Mini Durin again!
I was worried I'd scare everyone off, so I've been hiding out here.
You must be really nervous, huh?
I guess I am a little nervous. I'm gonna get to stop the evil dragon and even become a human. And once I'm a human, I'll be able to make loads of friends.
You'll make lots of friends, that's for sure. And go on
I'm so glad to hear it. The only thing is, the clay man said becoming human isn't gonna be easy.
He's right about that. Even if you manage to become a human, but even so, your friends will be there to help you.
Oh? Then I'm not afraid.
Funny, isn't it? After talking to you, I'm not afraid anymore. So,
Yep, I'm ready to become a...
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself. Though the creature had perished long ago, its heart was still there, pulsing away and growing warmer with every beat. And the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil dragon would return one day, just as the prophecy had foretold. Yet, guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another fate. If only the alchemist could bestow this heart upon the little dragon, he might be reborn in the evil dragon's stead. Only then would the evil dragon's heart grow still, and the little one inherit its tale. At last, the little dragon accepted the evil dragon's heart, and a new life came into being. The evil dragon's heart beat in his chest, and the little dragon's soul guided him forward. Thus did the prophecy hold true, even as fate had been rewritten, and so was the little dragon born anew.
Finally! A happy ending! That must be...
Born anew, the little dragon set off once more. His...
Huh?
What comes next might be the most crucial part of all.
If fate really is as devious as they say,
Wow! You're up? Durin, are you alright?
The evil dragon's heart was now one with the little dragon, yet the dark power within it still. Would the little dragon dare to hold this power back?
Hey! What kind of question is that? Of course he's gonna control.
Time is running out.
What's up with the
Would he dare to hold this power back? Or would he simply give in?
Returning to the castle. I just never thought crossing over into a new world would create. I'm starting to think I kind of miss being in.
you might look back on it with fondness. But if I were you,
Why?
sometimes moving on with your life comes at a cost.
You don't have to worry, Durin. No matter what problem you
Okay. Sometimes I wish I could just go back and see it again.
As the little dragon slipped back inside the castle's walls, there was no danger here. Nope. As soon as his mother finished her story. And so the story ended. With
What's going on? I feel so weak.
Hey, what's happening? Durin, but this can't be how it ends.
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
Would he dare to hold this power back? Or would he simply give in? Would he dare to hold this power back? Or would he simply give in?
the little dragon was at an unchecked. The darkness engulfed The little dragon's story faded into nothingness.
Is this me?
And so the story ended with the little.
Oh no! What do we do?
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
to hold the power.
Ahead of them was a storyless void, and they could go no further. The little dragon and his companions.
Huh? What's going on?
Once the ink runs out,
I had a feeling this.
What's happening to the others?
Now that the story's ink was spent, all that.
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
What's going on here? Why isn't the story letting
it seems the act of suppressing the power.
So, what now? Did we use too much earlier? How are we supposed to write a happy ending with only this much left? But...
Well, this is.
If there really is such a direct correlation between the story and his fate, Durin was, and still is in essence, a storybook character, written in, and I suspect that has remained the case. Reviving Durin in the evil dragon's place was an act of grafting this Durin story onto the latter. But there is a fundamental difference between a being's story, as Miss Barbeloth reminded us. The fate of every living being in Teyvat has been woven into the fabric of time. But Durin's story, on the other hand, as Durin's connection to this world wore thin, not only have people started to forget him, he started to lose control of the abyssal power within. In other words, his story can't continue, because the author's ink is drying up. That's what it seems like to me.
It would seem the little dragon had made a group of fine.
Save it. The question is, are you here to help him?
This is as far.
I suppose. The final It's hard to believe I never actually left my mother's story. If that's true,
By there, I take it you mean the blank pages of the unwritten chapter.
But we still don't even... If Durin belongs inside the story, then going outside of it to some unwritten part...
I'm not afraid.
I second that. It would seem this is one answer you need to go.
So be it. Whatever obstacles stand in your way, we'll tear them down.
It was as if the little dragon was staring at the uncrossable edge of existence itself. All of a sudden, it began to fracture as if struck by love, transferring into realm.
Gotta keep going.
Ahead lies only
My consciousness.
Keep going, Durin. A pure soul is your essence, not an empty void.
I feel so...
Stand tall, Durin. You are not some amorphous idea. The body I made for you is flesh and bone. Yes, Durin, but you must keep going. You're as alive and real.
I can't feel a connection.
You're not alone in this world, Durin. At the very least, you have me.
I can't remember anything. Who am I?
Your name is Durin, and there are many who still remember it.
My name is Durin.
You're taking too long. Come on, Durin, run! In this world, fate waits for no one.
Wait! Where am I meant to go? What am I supposed to do?
Go. Make your wish come true, Durin.
My wish?
Your story's not over yet!
Silence, huh? Have you nothing to say about my proposal?
Let me get this straight. You want to graft your story onto this unfinished thread of fate, and in doing so, not only rewrite that fate.
Quite the brilliant idea. Still, the story's survival depends entirely on whether the author keeps...
Exactly. And the moment foretold by the prophecy is still centuries away.
I see. I thought my own ignorance might be the problem. That I'd asked more of the noble sign, or that I had failed to discern the heavenly signs and grasp the secret truth under. Little did I imagine that time itself would prove to be the greatest hurdle of.
Well, my friend, this has been a most intriguing experiment. And from an academic perspective, at least.
Someday, the prophecy will come to pass. So remember, my friend.
Thank you, everyone. You've helped me so much already. Will you lend me your magic one last time? Just enough for me to keep.
You mean you want me to...
No, not in that sense. As Rheindotter once told me, the laws governing life and death are among the most unyielding in the. Whether it lasts a day or an age, the span of one's life is determined. If I tried to breach that law by force, I'm afraid I would lose what makes me human. This is not a path I want to go down. If I am to die, then I shall die a human.
So, what is it that you want me to do?
I would like you to send this pen of mine into the future.
I see. Then perhaps I could create a kind of story magic to take over the writing once you're gone. Oh, but for it to work, you would need to provide enough of your own words for it to learn from.
How much?
Oh, an immense amount. So much, in fact, that you would have to spend the rest, no matter how much you write. There is a limit to the number of words you can leave behind. Someday, perhaps, even your entire corpus will not be enough for the magic to continue describing this world. And when that happens,
Still, it's worth a try.
Oh, my dear Anya. Even after all this time, you're still... Look at you. You should be enjoying...
Once he leaves Simulanka, things will only get more complicated. If his story, I'll just have to skip over some of the less...
Anya, why do you insist on sending him out of the storybook world? Why not just let him remain within the story? With my magic, even Fate's curse could be undone and he could live happily ever...
I suppose. In fairy tales, all it takes is a heartfelt... That's just how fairy tales end, isn't it? But, tell me, Alice, in your eyes, what would be a writer's greatest regret?
To
leave a story with...
Not a bad answer. It's true, many writers call... My greatest regret is that every story I write has to... No matter how brilliantly a character shines, the moment their story ends, for them, the story itself becomes an innocent... But what if, instead, I could place my pen in their hand and...
You mean...
You said it yourself. I can only leave so many words behind. Even with your... But I found a way to use your magic to transform some of my... This ink is a magical medium For what is storytelling but another kind of magic? And if he can experience... Even once he reaches the chapter where I stopped. And so, by leaving him this ink, I can entrust him with...
A character. With...
That way, he'll finally be free from the cage that is my pen.
And you no longer need to worry about the constraints of my magic. What a brilliant idea, Anya. But there are still risks. First of all, once he arrives in Tevat, he'll have to rely entirely... As you gradually hand over creative control, that connection will grow weaker.
But at the same time, he'll also have the chance to forge that connection for him.
The issue is, this method taps into too many of Tevat's core secrets. Any overt... In fact, it'd be hard for you to leave anything.
We still have the story itself, though.
It's entirely possible he burns through all your ink, never reaches the chapter you had in mind, but
I still believe in what his hopes and wishes can be his ink, so he won't be trapped by mine running dry.
Oh, what the writer you are, Anya. And you do know how much I love a happy ending.
Thank you, my friend. Well then, my child. Do you understand what you must do?
Yes, I think I do. It's my turn to keep this story alive.
Then what's
What will become of you after I take up this pen?
I will fade away. My child, or your mother, I should say, passed away long ago.
I know my mother died long ago. It's just, when you lose your mom too soon, it's hard to tear...
Durin.
But after coming to this world and traveling it with my friends, facing all kinds of enemies together, I suddenly realized I couldn't just sit around listening to my mother's stories because I'd found a new purpose. Maybe this is just what growing up feels like. With all my new friends waiting, it's time I finally set aside. I'm ready to grow up now, Mom.
Then you've witnessed this story from the very beginning, made your wish from here on out. Now I ask of you, the other pillar of this, will you turn the page so the next chapter can begin? Suddenly, and without warning, the powers of darkness struck. The question was, could the little dragon prevail? Alas, it was here that the story witch's tale had to end.
But Durin's tale, on the other hand, had only just begun. Stepping into his mother's memories, he picked up her pen. And so the story that was ending began anew. He had made up his mind to challenge the fate that barred the way ahead.
Looks like this is the final step.
A chance to strike back at fate? Now that's...
No, that fate no longer defines me. Thunder! Hey! Lament for the end! Stay back!
No dodging this one. Here, I'll help lift you up.
Only my story shall endure. Decay! New life! Stop that!
Looks like there's nowhere to hide. Here, I'll cover for you.
Leave it this time, the light prevails. Thank you, Mom. And so it was that Durin defeated the darkness and rewrote his fate. But his story is far from over. Is everyone okay?
We're fine, thanks. And hey, we all saw how you fought back there. That was all.
I have to admit, I do feel like something in me has changed. I owe you all so much. Without your help, I don't...
Just a shame I could only help out from the sidelines. Like I said before, it's not every day that you get to put fate in its place.
Well, I'm sure you'll hear it.
Hear what?
The chance to strike back at fate knocking at your door.
Yeah.
Allow me to just check one thing. Yes. The abyssal power within you has stabilized again. And...
Oh, thank goodness!
I wonder what it means, though. Aside from the principles...
Look, it all turned out fine, so just leave it at that.
You're leaving so soon? What, don't humans usually...
A party? Do I look like that kind of guy? Anyway, come find me again next time you're in trouble. That's what friends are for.
In a way, though, he is right. This is Durin's moment to celebrate.
Hey, I don't blame you for asking. And honestly, I'd be
It's all right. I'm sure we'll get a chance at... All right, then. Traveler and Paimon, we'll part ways here. Given the...
Okay, see? So, it's party time next? Huh?
Congratulations on completing your mission. Now then, as per our agreement,
She must have known the moment we finished. finished! Just like she said she...
I've heard dressing appropriately is a must for socializing.
Oh, my writer and witness. It's been quite the journey, hasn't it?
You had special plans for the traveler.
But of course, that goes without saying. For a story to live on, it needs both a writer and I chose the traveler as the witness because of the special nature of who. It's not easy finding someone with that kind of background, you know. For a moment, I even considered taking the role myself.
At least it made for an interesting story, right?
Huh? What are you doing here, tone-deaf bard?
With the Hexen Circle carrying out such a risky experiment in Mondstadt, it didn't cross your mind.
Sorry for the trouble, Lord Barbados.
Think nothing of it. I dare say the Animo Archon quite enjoy.
Here, please take a look.
Well. Somehow, despite all my careful planning, it still turned out to be full of surprises. It never even crossed my mind that Rhindotter's child would be capable of handling that kind of alchemy in her stead. When he asked for help with the materials, oh my! If only the others were here too. We could all celebrate together.
I'm right here, you know. The only one who hasn't responded is the one...
Is that you, Barbie? A little late to the party, don't you think?
Come here, child. Let me take a closer look at you.
All right, Aunt Seer Witch.
Just as I thought. This child's fate does not appear among the stars. Anya has accomplished what almost no one before her could.
What does that mean?
Child, all you need to know.
Oh.
Just like how she was in the story, huh?
Tell me, little Durin, what will you do next? I, for one...
Well, there's so much I want to do.
How about settling your most recent...
Not so fast, tone-deaf bard!
to make a long overdue...
Thank you once again, Alice.
How much time do you have left?
I believe these should be my final moments. Just enough time to say goodbye.
This feels like having to say our final goodbyes all over again. I don't like it. Not one bit.
I don't know how to respond. Strange. You were always such a cheerful figure in my stories. I even dubbed you the Merry Witch, you know.
Oh, please. You know full well it was your stories that first taught me what true pain...
Huh.
Aside from saying goodbye to me, shouldn't you, since the book will be his to continue, why don't you write him?
There's no need. His mother already did that long, long ago. All that remains is for me to convey it on her. My child, these may be the last words I get to leave you. I've always thought of the characters in my stories as my children, loving each one of them, just like a mother would. But you are the most extraordinary of them all. You alone can defy the fate of this world and write the perfect ending to my story. You alone shall leave these pages for a future I will not see. Still I say to you, fly, my sweet child. Just like a forest breeze yearns for the open sky, head into the unknown and seek an adventure to call your own. If you meet a dragon bright as 1,000 jewels, dance through the air together. You are not alone, for this world has accepted your place in it. Do not lose heart. You still have many wishes left to fulfill. A long tale awaits you, my love. Let songs and flowers be the ink that fills its pages. Take my pen and use it to continue your story.